It's been a minute since I intentionally recorded something for YouTube. Where am I looking? Oh my God, camera's over here. We're doing a YouTube video. So welcome back. I've mostly just been reposting TikTok live streams in which I do a lot of curated content and I'm answering questions on there. And so I'm like, I don't want to lose these live streams because they are also very valuable. Helps me get the YouTube algorithm up. By the way, please make sure that you subscribe and click the like button on this video. Also leave me a comment down below letting me know, have you been following me for a while here on YouTube or another platform? Are you new? If so, welcome. My goal is to get my YouTube subscriber count up as well as my watch time hours up so that I can connect my shop, my digital products, to my YouTube account. So please help me out with that goal. I've only got a couple more subscribers to go. And then if everybody pitched in and streamed like the TikTok live stream videos and watched those all the way through or just let them play in the background, that would be amazing. So click on any of the playlists on my channel and just autoplay that shit. Let it go. That would do me a huge favor and I really appreciate it. But that's not why we're here today necessarily. I actually want to talk to you about my private community and share with you some tips about cleaning up QuickBooks or cleaning up a set of bookkeeping. I've had this question come to me in comments a couple times, so I actually addressed it inside the Mind the Gap community, and I will include some clips from a couple of different lessons on cleaning up your bookkeeping. The full lessons are inside the community. So I've kind of developed a little system to do catch up and clean up accounting projects quickly and accurately. The secret is, because somebody asked me, like, well, what's your secret when dealing with like a messy set of books and multiple years of transactions? The secret is you treat it just like a monthly bookkeeping ongoing project, an ongoing monthly bookkeeping service. The thing that we're doing though is we're going back to the oldest month that needs to be reconciled, but we treat it the same way. The thing is, people think that they need to come in here and manually categorize every transaction. And a lot of the manual data entry is what people have a hard time, going through. I've talked about this also in the Fix Your QBO Bank Balance class. If you have not purchased your seat in that class yet, you should. It is a great class. When we're talking about a cleanup project, we're just talking about doing bookkeeping. It's just for a larger volume of transactions and data than when we're keeping up with it every single month. Okay, so this goes for business owners who are doing their own bookkeeping. This goes for my freelance bookkeepers who are here, who are like, okay, but what are your, like, how do you do these cleanup jobs? This is how I treat it, just the same as any other bookkeeping project ongoing. The difference is that we just have a larger number of transactions. But think of this, the transactions are already segmented by statement. We might have 1,000 transactions rather than 50 transactions, right? If you normally have about 50 transactions on your bank statement every month, and you have several years of bookkeeping to do, we have what, a couple thousand transactions, right, to go through. But they're already broken down by statement. Okay, and that's the beauty of understanding how to use the filters to make your life easier, how to use rules to make your life easier. That is how I approach a cleanup bookkeeping project. Because if you're looking to do things in a time-efficient manner, if you are looking to automate a lot of your processes, filters really help us with that. So the first place that we're going to look in QuickBooks Online is your bank transactions feed. Now, this tab is under your transactions tab on your menu. And like I've told you before, or if you have purchased the Bookkeeping Foundation Kit, you know this little trick of bookmarking the tabs that you use the most and then collapsing the rest of the menu so that you only see your bookmarks. You only see the areas of QuickBooks Online that you really want to be playing with or need to be playing with, and not have all of the rest of that stuff in front of your eyeballs. That can be very distracting. It doesn't matter what account you're in, but you can switch between your accounts and your credit cards in here if you have multiple accounts connected. But I want to draw your attention to the first thing that you see underneath your account cards. That's what these are called here. These are your account cards. We see the For Review tab, the Categorized tab, and the Excluded tab. This is under the For Review tab, where all of the transactions are waiting for you to review and then add them to your books. The Categorized tab is transactions that you already reviewed, categorized, and added to your bookkeeping or matched to your bookkeeping. The Excluded tab is the transactions that for some reason you needed to exclude. We start with data entry in the For Review tab of our bank transactions. Next line down are more filters. Before you even start looking at your list of transactions, we can use the filters in QuickBooks Online to zoom in on transactions that we need to be dealing with. For instance, it is now October. So we're going to be seeing transactions dated in October right now. In your first filter, you can change the date time period that you want to be looking at. So if you're doing the books for your business for September, you can go ahead and change the date to last month and click apply. That means you're only going to see transactions that were downloaded from the bank with a date in September 2024. Now, this might be helpful for you if you're doing a backlog accounting project, meaning that you have maybe months or even years that you need to look at and get reconciled and work on. So if I were doing a catch-up project for this client, I always start with I go in chronological order. So if I'm doing a catch-up project for a client for 2024, I start with January, right? That's the first month of the year. I would come in here and I would look at just the dates for January and say, okay, I don't have any more transactions that need review in January. I come over to the Categorized tab and I could see in the month of January, I could see, okay, what has my client already categorized for their books in January? And I might be able to review them here. One of the other filters available to you is this transaction type filter. If I was working on a client's catch-up bookkeeping, I usually start with how they make income. What is their business revenue? Where does it come from? How am I going to put that revenue into QuickBooks? And so I might leave my dates and set it to, I want to look at all the dates that we're working with, but I might want to just look at how money comes into their bank account. So I would filter by the money in transaction type. And that way I only see these deposits. You can select multiple transactions and accept them, kind of in bulk, which I really like doing. Another thing that I like to look at for the filter is using this rule applied. And if you are a business owner who has set up a lot of rules for your transactions for specific vendors, which I have done videos on how to set up rules, this filter helps a lot. Once we've matched everything, I usually next go to seeing which transactions have had a rule applied and just kind of skimming over them, making sure everything looks okay, select all, accept. And once we've used the filter and allowed QuickBooks to kind of do its thing the way that we've told it to, the filter lets us really save a bunch of time. You set up the rule once, and then you use the filter to see the transactions that have had a rule applied, and you can match all of the Hicks Hardware transactions in one click. It's pretty amazing what we can do with filters to help us out, to help us save a little bit of time. So let's talk about what exactly the community is. This is a private space. It's hosted on a platform called Mighty Networks, but it is my private community. It is me and all of my clients, people that have purchased my courses, people that have done a training with me, people that simply want to subscribe and stick around for content, tutorials, Q&As, virtual office hours with me, who haven't necessarily booked a training or been my client is a monthly subscription. It includes so much extra goodness from me. If you've watched any of my YouTube content, tutorials, things like that on here, or if you watch my TikToks, you know that I like to give very, basic instructions on things, but I also like to walk you through the conceptual stuff about accounting and bookkeeping, but in a way that you can actually understand. So not using big accounting terms and words and phrases that you've never heard of before. So there's more of that over inside the community. And I wanted it to be on a platform that was not necessarily a social media platform, so that I'm not subject to an algorithm showing you my content. I want you to be able to find me, find information that I've put out, receive instruction from me, receive support from me, without having to really go look for it. What I want to encourage you to do now is to click on the link in the description of this video and set up your free account inside the Mind the Gap community. This is free for everybody to join. When you sign up for free, you get access to a couple of things. You get the archive of the live Q&A videos that I've done every month now since beginning of 2024. There is a huge archive of those videos where I'm answering various questions that have come through from my clients, from people who follow me on social media and leave comments, people who DM me, questions that have come up in trainings, one-on-one with people. So that is the place where I'm kind of gathering all of the questions that I receive from any source, and once a month I'm answering them in one place. There's one place for you to go. You can search through the community and find a topic that you're interested in or that you have a question about, and watch me talk about it or do a tutorial showing you how to fix something, how to do something. The live Q&A archive is available to everybody, including free members. I also host a weekly meetup with some other business owner chickadees, want to set goals together, want to help hold each other accountable. So I meet with that group of folks on Sundays, and I just went ahead and posted the link to that group because it is my Zoom room in the live Q&A archive in the community. So if you're a free member, you get access to that weekly meeting and just chat and catch up and shoot the shit with other business owners, and it's totally free. Okay, nobody is on there trying to sell anybody anything. It is a level of networking that is just support, just being a resource to each other, just helping each other set and achieve small weekly goals in our business. So if that's not enough for you to just sign up for the free membership inside the community and get access to that stuff, there is also a paid membership with even more resources for you. Because I know a lot of people get overwhelmed with QuickBooks Online, get overwhelmed with their bookkeeping, feel like they can't keep up with it. They don't know who to turn to, what questions to even ask. So that is called the Shit You Should Know lesson, and it is available in the paid membership tier of the community. So the first Wednesday of the month, I release that tutorial. I teach different concepts about QuickBooks Online, about freelance bookkeeping, something, right? Something that I feel that the community needs to know about and that I have expertise in and I can share with you. We have the virtual office hours that I host on Zoom. This is during normal work hours. So it's on a Wednesday, but I vary the times twice a month for the Zoom room to be open. And my clients and my folks who are in the paid version of the community can just jump on the call and hang out with me and chat about stuff or get support. Or if you struggle with procrastinating on your bookkeeping, that could be a standing appointment time that you set with yourself, and you can let me know, hey, I'm coming. And then if you don't show up, I'm going to be like, hey, you said you were coming. So there's a little bit of accountability built in there. So if you have trouble sticking to a schedule for your bookkeeping, you could set that appointment time as your bookkeeping schedule. Then we have the live Q&A call. So the members in the free tier get the archive of the live Q&A videos that I've done. The paid members get to join the live Q&A Zoom. So you're not just watching the replay, you get to join us live. And then there are some other benefits to the paid membership level of the community, like discounts on other classes, courses that I have for sale. There's a lot going on in the community. And I want to remind you about the quarterly challenge, which I did a video on, and I will stick that here. It's been only in 2025 so far. We've had 2 winners, one of whom was a free member, and the other person who won for quarter 2 was somebody who had already had a training with me. So she gets to book 2 more training sessions with me for free. And it is very easy to enter the quarterly challenge. As a paid member, I think you can get up to 16 entries. And then as a free member, it's less than that. I'm sorry, my eyes are so puffy. I am having allergy issues and I just sneezed a couple times and I look crazy, but I promise it's just allergies. So the quarterly challenge is one of the ways that you can receive extra support from me. You can win a free training on QuickBooks Online, which is 2 60-minute sessions with me on Zoom that you can record, plus lifetime access to the community. So if you're a paid member of the community and you win one of the quarterly challenges, you don't have to pay for the community anymore. You're just in there for life. So community is super fun. I want you to come join, and to give you a little taste of what's going on in there, I thought I would do this video about cleaning up a set of bookkeeping, what my methods are to approaching a project like that, where you have a ton of months or even years of bookkeeping that needs to be done, how I approach that step by step, what I do, the various features in QuickBooks Online that I use to approach a project like that. And I thought I'd put all that together for you, but you need to make sure you go watch the full tutorials inside the paid version of the community. So check the link in the description to set up your free account and go ahead and sign up for the $7 a month subscription, because yeah, it's only $7 a month for all that, okay? And you even save whenever you pay on an annual plan. Okay, so support me, support the channel by subscribing here, liking the video, and then going and setting up your account inside the Mind the Gap community. We are waiting to meet you, friend. We want to get to know you. We love inviting and welcoming in new business owners over there. There's a lot going on. Okay, so get in there, see all what's coming up next. I promise you, no matter what time you jump in there, there will be something coming up that week for you to participate in. Don't waste any more time. Get in there, click the link in the description, and I will see y'all soon. Bye.